Yo, I'm back. Episode number 10. I can't believe I've even made it this far. But before I say anything else, I want to say all you guys that have been downloading and sharing, you guys are the reason why I'm out doing it. So for my real fans, I greatly appreciate you guys. I mean, you guys have been very supportive throughout the world, and I'm in shock. I'm flabbergasted, if you will. So, let me tell you guys what I have in store. This is going to be hot. It's going to be hot. So I got to talk about me visiting Nipsey Hussle Memorial. I'm definitely going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the Eric Holder in a powder blue jumpsuit in LA County jail. I'm going to talk about that because I've been in LA County, and I'm going to tell you my experience and the meanings of the different colors of the jumpsuits. Also, a funny, goofy gym situation happening. I'm going to share that with you guys. And also, I'm going to talk about thoroughly Kodak Black. I'm going to get more thorough in talking about him. So, brought to you by King Cannabis. Got to give them a shout out because, they're definitely sponsoring. You guys been awesome, man. You guys been way awesome. Greatly appreciated. So that's why I'm back in full effect. And also, I kind of got lost with time a little bit because this morning where I'm at. So, this show is premiering in the morning, but I'm in Los Angeles, California. So, times may differ depending on where you're at. But let's get into this. What do I usually say? How does this go? I say. How does it go? Oh, that's right. KBLPLOC, thank you all for rocking with me in the world of VladBrad.
This is gonna feel real good, alright? Most dope.
Yeah.
Everybody please put a thumb in the air.
It's gonna be hot. This show is gonna be fire. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, you guys. Yeah. It's time to get it. Let's get it. So, okay. We're gonna start off with this. I mean, because again how before I start off with anything else, shout out to all the podcasters on KBLPLOC. Shout out to all you guys. Again, this is another one of my Nipsey Hussle. I didn't cover everything else like I did on my first podcast because I was kind of still in mourning a little bit. I mean, I'm still I'm a little bit, but I mean, life goes on. God bless his soul and his family. And I'm gonna tell you guys about my experience at the Staples Center. I went there as well. I went to the Staples Center. And I also went to the Memorial, all the services, it was a massive, massive gathering in Los Angeles based on, what happened, the situation. I mean, when the Los Angeles Lakers won a championship, like they didn't even have a gathering like how Nipsey Hussle had. Like they didn't celebrate the Lakers winning as much as they gathered for Nipsey Hussle. So this was definitely something that was massive in Los Angeles. So, but before I get into it, I got to say this. Again, my supporters, for those who've been downloading my shows, for those who've been sharing my shows. I mean, you guys are awesome. I mean, straight out. I mean, I'm not going to let you guys down. You guys been there. And I'm different from any other podcast. I'm going to tell you that right now. Any other radio personalities, I'm different from all of them. Straight up. Because for one, I'm a real one, like without a doubt. And I have no filter about mines. You see what I mean? I really don't. Like, but again, just in case your kids are listening and, I don't want to use any profane language based on that. And then, sponsors and everything else. So you know how that goes, right? You guys know how to go. Anyway, thank you guys. Because if somebody downloads something, I mean, they really like it. They really like something that you download. And that's awesome that people are downloading my stuff. I'm like, whoa, like I'm really flipping out because I got like over 1,000 something downloads, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, I love you guys back, man. That's just love. And I love you guys back straight out. So let's get back in. Let's get into this because now I'm babbling. Okay. First topic, I'm going to talk about this. Visiting Nipsey Hussle's memorial. Okay, he was gunned down in front of what was it called? The Marathon, his clothing store. And I'm gonna tell you my experience. The thing is, I wasn't too far from it when I heard gunshots. I remember hearing gunshots. I did hear that. I wasn't far. I'm gonna explain the area. I'm gonna explain it. And before I explain that, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I was at the memorial. If you guys go to my Instagram, which is VladBrad _world_1. Go to my Instagram. I filmed myself at the memorial. I'm recording I recorded, his store, all the flowers, all the cameras they put out there, have all in the record, myself talking. I have so much that I did there, but I couldn't record all of it because Instagram only lets you get about maybe 30 seconds. So I was only able to record 30 seconds, but I was back there. I was able to touch a bunch of stuff, and it was just crazy, man. But not anybody can do it. I'm going to tell you guys right now, they have animals at that memorial. What I mean by animals, Nipsey Hussle had a bunch of homeboys and his gang and everything else. Just keeping it so 100 with you guys. It's every time you're going to go to that memorial, you're definitely going to encounter some of his gang members, the dudes that he was cool with and people who was members of his gang or whatever. They were definitely there. You see what I mean? So anybody can just go doing, they have them animals right there, but just if you have heart about yourself and if you have heart and you're I'm a formidable dude and, in terms of physically. And it's like, when I went there, the animals was there to guard, that's just what it is. But I was still able to do what I wanted to do. I still was able to get back there. I just say, hey, look, check this out. I'm coming to pay my respects. So, don't start none, won't be none. I'm here for peace sakes. I'm here for, in the name of peace. Just keep it real. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. So I have to tell these dudes that, and, I was able to go back there. And I knew a couple of the guys who said, wait, he looks familiar. I knew him from somewhere. Like one of them kind of situations, and, so I was good because they don't let like out of town or foreigner just go back there. Like they don't, they don't allow that, that's just what it is. Can't know anybody go there and just, touch on his stuff and everything else. But I have some history with Nipsey Hussle to a certain degree. Again, I never hung out with him like that, but I did know him. Definitely did know him. Again, I spoke about this in some other podcasts. I remember he's selling his CDs. I definitely remember that. And here's a misconception people get. Like they think that when somebody's out there hustling and grinding, they stand up, here, buy my CD here. Can you take my CD? Buy my CD. I have a really cool CD. Can you check it out? It's really cool. I got really cool raps on here. Like they think that you're just out constantly just talking to people constantly. Like you're just out there just hustling and grinding to the point you're just talking to everybody that walk by. No, it don't work that way. When I remember seeing him and his brother, Black Sam, still would just be sitting out there, on, right before the Marathon store was there, like back in the early 2000s. I remember, he had a bunch of his CDs on the table, and people would walk by, and some people would show interest and some people didn't, and they would just be sitting there talking to each other, just with the CDs out there. I specifically remember that. And I would go to that Master Burger, right there. And just so you guys, for those who are familiar with the area, you guys know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who are not familiar with the area, I'm going to tell you how that Master Burger work out. Like they have like a bulletproof window. Like if you go inside the Master Burger, like they have a bulletproof window there. So you can't just, you can't enter. That's how dangerous that area is. It's dangerous. You see? And I'm going to give you guys another experience that happened to me like way before I had an ex-girlfriend, right? And this is how dangerous that area is where he was at. Like it's nothing to play with. I remember I was driving and just sharing you guys a quick little experience. This could have been like in 2015. I said it's like 2015. I was driving with an ex-girlfriend of mine and she said, let's go to Master Burger. And I was like, I don't want to go to Master Burger. Let's go to Fat Burger. I think I want to go to Fat Burger. There's a Fat Burger like a little further down from there. On Crenshaw, there's a Fat Burger. I said, let's. So now I want to go to Master Burger. Keeping it real, some black chick. And not to diss anybody, not to disrespect anybody, but a lot of times when you dealing with black chicks, you can't tell them nothing. They don't want to listen. And that's just what it is. That's a whole nother subject matter. That's a whole nother topic. Anyway, She's like, I want to go to Master Burger. Lady, I want to go to Master Burger. I said, okay, fine. We'll go to Master Burger. So, and not like I had a choice because honestly, she was the one driving. You see what I mean? So, I mean, so I just went with it. Anyway, I got out the car and, she went inside first. I said, wait a minute. I think I forgot something. So let me grab my wallet and this, whatever. So she went inside. So when she went inside, a car pulled up. And, so when a car pulled up, he started like talking crazy to me. And I specifically remember what the dude looked like. It was for no reason. Like I didn't do nothing. I'm trying to think. I know we didn't get in any road situations with this dude. I know I didn't encounter anything. Like why is this dude, and this is me. Yes. Zach Morrison. He was talking to me because I looked, I said, maybe is he talking to me? So I looked as God is my witness. This happened. And I specifically remember he was a heavy set black dude, bald headed, and he was sitting in like a old Monte Carlo kind of car. And, he was yelling at me, cursing at me for no reason. And, I'm looking around like, is he talking to me? Cause I know for a fact I didn't do nothing to this dude. I'm trying to remember. Even to this day, I replay it in my mind. I say to myself, why is this dude talking to me like this? Like, why did he talk to me that way? Like, what did I do to this dude? I thought about it, So, nothing, no road rage situations. We didn't cut him off or nothing. It was just random, So as he was talking, here's what I said. Like, okay, I'm trying to get you guys, like, there's a driveway, like, and this is where Nipsey Hussle Marathon store is located in that same parking lot. Like, you can drive through it. If you come in on the right side, you can exit the left and vice versa. But when he drove in on the left side, and he was in a driveway and he was talking and the girl looking at me like, what's taking you so long? And then she kind of figured out that I'm talking to this car. He was like maybe less than 10 feet away from the dude and everything. So I'm keeping it so real with you guys right now, So, when he said what he said, that he was a dark complected dude with a bald head and heavy set, so when he was yelling at me, here's what I said back to him. He took me out of character. I said just like this. I said, I'm going to tell you exactly how I said it. I said, step out the car then, nigga. Just like that. I told him just like that, So when I said that, I seen something flash. The dude had like a pistol. It was like a silver, and I seen it glare off the light, like it had a glare, but I for sure seen it looked like it could have been a 38. And, he pulled it out on me. And, like I stood there in shock, like I couldn't run. Like, here, I'm pretty athletic, I'm pretty athletic, but, I can't run from bullets. You said, that's what you can't do, So, but I was telling this girl I did not want to go to that Master Burger that day. It was too late, and it's dangerous over there, and it was what it was. So, I just stood there, I stood there and like, honestly, my life flashed before my eyes. I thought about a bunch of stuff, I thought about, my son. I thought about my family, people I had grudges with, and like it all like just flashed from my eyes in a flat seconds. I said, oh yeah, I'm done. Like I knew I was done. I knew I was, you know what I mean? So, but what happened was, he had his, apparently his car was on probably hooked up to some kind of auxiliary cord or loudspeaker. So I heard the phone ring, like some type of phone rung in his car. And, so when his phone rung, he answered it. But when he answered, he didn't speak. He didn't speak when he answered. The person just started speaking through the car. He was in there by himself, but it was some chick speaking through his loudspeaker, and he sped off. And then that was it. You know what I mean? Like that was it, so I was so shook up like that had me shaking. Now that was my last time going to that particular spot, that situation, prior to me visiting the Nipsey Hussle situation. You know what I mean? That was my last time in that area. That was my last time. That was my last time, going inside that parking lot, prior to me, the next time I went there, it was when I was, when I seen Nipsey Hussle there, You know what I mean? Like when I went and I stopped, I said, let me see this dude about when I told you guys on my last podcast. And then the next time is when, I went to his, memorial. But yeah, it's very dangerous over there. It's a dangerous area, period. So yeah, but I don't know, my intuition, my gut told me I did not want to stop there that night when that happened to me, but I did. And, because this chick, and it goes to say, so much run through your mind when something like that happens to you, like so much run through your mind. I'm thinking, man, this chick set me up. She tried to get me killed. Like so much run through your mind. Me and her arguing, going back and forth. She's like, nah, it was random. I didn't know. I said, man, you set me up. You tried to get me killed. You seen what happened to me? Like I'm going off on her. She's like, man, that's all right. Now she threatened me with her brothers. Man, I don't care about your brothers. Man, get your brothers. So what? Like I'm going off. Like I'm just going, man, you see what just happened? Like I'm going off. Like, I mean, it was just crazy. It was craziness, but it's safe to say me and her were no longer a couple. We broke up and they had a lot to do with it. You see what I mean? They had a lot to do with it because that happened, and I'm out there naked. You think, wait a minute, were you weirdo? Dude, are you weirdo? You out there still out there naked with no clothes on, you weirdo? Are you kidding me right now? No, naked is a slang terminology for those who don't know the LA urban slang terminology. When you say that you're naked, that don't mean literally naked. That don't mean you're walking out there with no clothes on. That means when you're walking around naked, that's saying you have no weapon on you. You have no kind of gun on you. You're out there without a gun. That means naked. For example, people in the community are talking about, what happened with Nipsey Hussle. Why were all the dudes naked? Why they out there naked? That's just a slang saying that they didn't have any guns on them. They didn't have any artillery. That's what they mean by walking out. So the dude was the only one with any kind of gun. Everybody else naked. That makes no sense. You see what I mean? Like I replay that in my mind too. Like how's that Nipsey to have nobody around him with no type of heat on him? That's crazy. Like I think about that. It still run through my mind. See, here's the thing. You have all these rappers out there and people and they perceive as being smart. They perceive themselves as being smart and intelligent. And sometimes people slip up. Nobody's perfect. But here's the thing about me. Here's the thing about Zach Morrison. I'm not going to slip up. You see what I mean? And that's just what it is. That situation caught me off guard with that female because I didn't expect that. But sometimes things happen when you don't expect though. But I mean, I learned from mines, man. And I never again. But I was just blessed, I would say, for, that in my situation, it could have ended up way more uglier and I would have caught the worst of it, and that's the thing, right? And that's what the intimidation factor of driving through them kind of communities. Here's the thing about me. I fear no man, period. You know what I mean? But I do fear guns. I fear bullets. You see what I mean? I do fear that. So when you're in a situation and you see, and it's sad to say, when you see some black dudes in cars, any minorities in cars, and you drive by them and you're in a situation, it ain't the fact what they can do to you physically. That ain't that, it's what you can do, what they can do to you with them guns. Like, that's just what it is. Like, and that's what people are afraid of. So yeah, I just went on a whole tangent. Let me talk about my situation visiting Nipsey Hussle. I think I talked about it when I went back there. I touched everything. It was like an eerie feeling, going to his memorial. Like, I just thought it felt like I was at a graveyard. Like, it was crazy, and if you go to my, Instagram, you can see some people there. Then there's car drive behind me looking at it. Just to stand over there, it's like it's an eerie feeling, man. It's an eerie feeling, because I some odd time ago, I was thinking I was just talking to him right in this very area. I had talked to him, and he was just showing me love. And now I'm back here. It's crazy to even fathom that. So yeah, I have to share that with you guys. Also, before I forget, let me talk about, Real Talk with VladBrad, because I be forgetting to say that in my other podcast, but Real Talk with VladBrad, straight up. Also, Eric Holder, his alleged gunman. I talked about him in my podcast, in my last podcast, but now I'm going to go more thorough about, he's in powder blues. He's wearing a powder blue jumpsuit in Los Angeles County Jail. Now, I'm going to give you guys my experience in Los Angeles County Jail. And some odd time ago, I explained to you guys that okay, the police were crooked. And so what Nipsey Hussle was doing, he was making it a better place. Everybody know LAPD is crooked as hell. Everybody knows that. So, what he was doing was trying to make peace. And it was fishy to me how he was killed. It was fishy because he was doing something to make a change. He really was doing something to make a change, because of these crooked cops. Anyway, let me tell you my experience inside LA County. I ended up going there like some odd time ago. And when I was there, I did see P. Diddy there. I did see him. That was around the time when P. Diddy was in there. I was like, is that P. Diddy? No way. I remember seeing him, but he was in high power protective custody. He's a celebrity, So naturally, celebrities aren't in protective custody. There's something else they put them in. Definitely not in general population. Anyway, we're going to talk about, I seen Suge Knight when I was there. I definitely seen him, as God is my witness, is all true. Definitely seen Suge Knight walking through the corridor when I was there. They have like this huge corridor hallway when you either going to court or coming back from court. They have you sit in these rooms, and the what you call the sheriff's deputies say, everybody turn around, face the wall. They have you turn around, face the wall, because some high power person is walking. So Suge Knight walking, but people don't pay any mind. People still look and don't face the wall, and we're looking at Suge Knight. Now, Suge Knight, and I'm still talking about Eric Holder. Don't get me wrong. I just want to share this guys with you. Oh, and I'm going to tell you why I was there. I was accused some odd time ago. I purchased a camera off the street, and I'll never do this again. And the camera was reported stolen. It was reported stolen because I took it to a pawn shop. Because, at the time I was trying to get some videos off the ground, and people and some dude, I purchased a camera from some guy. When I purchased the camera from him, the camera didn't work like I thought it would. So I took it to a pawn shop. And when I took it to a pawn shop, the camera was reported stolen. So when it was reported stolen, it came back to me because I'm the one who took it to the pawn shop. So I ended up going to jail. I went to jail because I had a stolen camera. I was there for 2 months. Anyway, 2 or 3 months I was in LA County because of that. So, of course, it all got cleared up and everything else and whatever. It all got cleared. They realized it wasn't me. Whatever. So that's a whole nother podcast. But basically, that's what I was in jail for. It was receiving stolen property, but I didn't know it was stolen. So I didn't happen to go to jail for that. But I ended up getting out of jail because I bonded out and the case got dismissed and all kind of craziness. Anyway, so yeah, I seen Suge Knight when I was in there. I seen him a few times, and on TV he looked like a big, for the average person, right? For the average person, Suge Knight is a big, tall, husky guy. For the average person, like, man, this dude is huge and tall. Look how big he is on TV. He's a big monster, in terms of his height. Now, I'm just keeping it so real, with me, I seen it. He wasn't that tall to me, honestly. Again, I'm 6'5", almost 6'6". If you want to see me, go check out the YouTube, the World of VladBrad. You can scope me out on my YouTube channel. I always post stuff there. If if people for those who don't believe me in terms of my stature, but yeah, I seen him. He walked right by me, but when he walked by me, he's been escorted by some cops, some sheriffs, and I didn't turn and face the wall. And I said some stuff to him. He didn't respond. I said, everybody yelling stuff at Suge Knight, including myself. And everything. Some people, man, you got Pac killed, man. You do Pac and this, that, blah, blah, blah. But here's what I said to him. I didn't say nothing about Tupac. I said, yo, you do smaller in person than you do it on television. I said, yo, this dude ain't even that big. Like, and people started laughing or whatever. People saying, so he ain't even that big. You know what I mean? Like, it was to the point to where, like, I'm thinking, man, this dude. If it came down to some physical, I light fire to this dude. Like, I light fire to him, like, easy. I'm like, this dude ain't even big like that, but here's the thing. When you in LA County, you're surrounded by monsters, my experience. So I'm telling you guys a point of my experience, giving you guys a piece of my experience in LA County. Now, Eric Holder's in Powder Blues. I'm going to tell you what Powder Blues means. That's not necessarily that's not PC. Protective custody, it's worse than PC. It's worse than protective custody. Like, if I had to have a choice, I wouldn't I wouldn't ever want to be in powder blues. I'm gonna tell you, no disrespect to anybody, but powder blues. When you wear powder blues, that's for people who are homosexuals, and you either have you're a homosexual or you have HIV. That's what that's for. That's for people who wear the powder blue jumpsuits. Like they either have HIV and they're homosexuals. So he's somewhere where he's surrounded by a bunch of homosexuals and gay men. And if, and that's the thing, if that's your thing, I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but I'm a heterosexual guy. So I would never want to be there. Like I would never want to be in a powder blue jumpsuit, but that's what that means when you're LA County. Also they have different wristbands that you wear to determine what kind of crime do you have. If you have if you have an all white wristband with your name on it, you're probably there for something petty, like myself, it was something petty. But then you have people who have purple wristbands, and those, a lot of them with the purple wristbands or the striped blue wristbands, that means they're there for some type of murder or 187 or something crazy, and you're sitting next to these guys and looking at their wristbands. It all depends, So, if you have on a dark jumpsuit, which I had on, you had on an all dark blue jumpsuit, that means your general population. That means you're walking around with everybody who's from killers to people who rob to just whatever. I mean, you just general population is what it is. The main line, to walk the main line is like, it's no joke. And here's the thing, right? There's different parts of LA County. Like you have what's called Men's Central Jail. You have another parts, and what's called Wayside. And, that's basically, you have, Men's Central Jail, and in the different parts of Wayside, there's numerous parts of Wayside, and it's all under LA County. You have Medium North, you have South, and you have South, and I forgot the name of the other one. But, if you go to North is considered Thunderdome. And by Thunderdome, I'm not even exaggerating when I say Thunderdome. Thunderdome mean you're going to fight. Like, you can be the biggest Christian in the world. You can be the biggest Muslim. You can be, you can be there. Let's say you go to jail for praying too loud in church. You said, I'm in jail. Oh, dude. Hey, yo, what you in jail for, homie? I'm in here for praying too loud in church. Like, say you do that, right? You're going to go, if you're in North, you're going to fight. Period. You can be the coolest guy in the world. You're going to get into a fight. But here's the thing, right? You're thinking, here come you're wondering, here's a type of fight, you're hoping that you get a fair fight, a one-on-one fight, because you're going to fight regardless, but you're hoping that you don't get packed out in that kind. You're hoping, you're going to, so it is what it is. And that's just how it works, regardless of your race. That's what's going to happen to you. That's how dangerous and terrible it is. And they have all kind of blind spots where you get punched on and beat up. The deputy's not going to be able to save you. You said, they have blind spots. They have cameras in there, but there's a bunch of blind spotting cameras in it. People know the blind spots. Anyway, example. When I first went there, I was in Men's Central, and Men's Central's worse than North, honestly. That now South, I'm keeping it so raw with you guys. If you go to Wayside South, South is like birds chirping, bunny rabbits running all in the yard. People wish they go to South when they go to LA County. Oh, please send me to South. Oh my gosh, please send me to South. Everybody want to go to South, but there's a bunch of old men there, and it's like, you walk past it, but you're not about to stop there. You see what I mean? Like, you hoping you stop, but those are the ones who, okay, I'm gonna take out in a minute. Jumpsuits, color jumpsuits. Back to that. Okay, yeah, powder blue jumpsuits. You're homosexual or you got some type of disease, and that's what Elric Holder is wearing. Dark blues. That means your general population. Your general population, and you're walking the main line. Now they have green jumpsuits. They have the light green jumpsuits that people in LA County wear. If you see inmates in light green jumpsuits, that means that they're trustees. They can walk all throughout the LA County, and they get to eat good. They live good. Like they're to be a trustee in a light green jumpsuit. Like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how the process works, but you have guys that in a green jumpsuits who don't have to worry about anything. You see them everywhere. You see them in Wayside. You see them in Men's Central. They're all over the place. Then you have guys who are And like they have the half jumpsuit, they have the half gray jumpsuits, they have half gray and half dark blue. You know, it's half and half. Them guys are pure killers a lot of times. You see what I mean? And them guys are just like, they walk the main line, general public, just like everybody else. However, them guys, you determine, you know, okay, they've straight out there for they either murdered a bunch of people, they facing death penalties and all kind of craziness. And they're on the main line too. But when you see them jumpsuits, the half gray and the half blue, yes, you know, they did something maniacal. And you're walking right and you're sitting next to them in a holding cell. Like in the holding cells, it's like sometimes be up to 50 guys in a holding cell waiting to go to court. Or when they come back from court, you got to sit in cells to go get back to wherever you housed at. Yeah. What else? Then you have the other the jumpsuits where you have some guys are like they have on blue pants and they have on yellow tops. Like say they have on dark blue pants like the general population wear, but also they have yellow tops. Like say they have light yellow tops and whatever in terms of they have yellow shirts and dark blue pants. Them inmates, they're considered mentally unstable. Like they have like mental issues. You know, so but they live good too. You know, they don't live like general population guys live. You know, they have carpets on their floors. And they're constantly getting monitored. They're taking a bunch of medication, you know, for psych meds and everything else. You have them kind of guys. And you have guys that play it off. You have guys who they don't want to be in a general population. So what they'll do, they'll play it off like they'll act crazy just so they don't have to walk the main line. You know what I mean? Because the main line is nothing to play with in LA County. It's the worst. You know, you say, okay, what about you, Zach Morrison? Dude, did you get into a fight when you were there? What happened? What happened with you? You better believe I got into a fight. Yes, I did. I fought when I was there too. And I didn't do anything to anybody, but yes, I fought. You know, but I you know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's either but I'm gonna tell you, okay, I'm just spilling all the beans, man. This is like some traumatizing stuff, man, that people could go through. If you let it affect you, it can traumatize you. Okay, when I first went to LA County with the case I was telling you guys about, it was they housed me. I remember I was in Able Row. I was in 2400 Able Row. I still remember it like it was yesterday. So, I went there. It's like, you know, they have 4-man, 6-man cells. So I was in a 4-man cell, and you have guys. Oh, you have the other trustees. So you have the guys who are in white shirts and blue pants. Them guys are trustees only in the module wherever you're housed at. In Men's Central. So I was there, and so I'm in my bed, I'm at the top. You know, I have my little canteen. Canteen, for those who don't know, that means like you have like store, that's like you get to order stuff from the jail, like you order like little foods or whatnot. I didn't order a whole bunch of stuff because I'm not trying to be in there massively grocery shopping and attracting unwanted attention. I didn't want to do that. But I just got the bare essentials. Like I got me my hygienes and a little bit of food, whatever, because they barely feed you there. Anyway, when I was in there, this guy, some dude, I'm gonna blast his first name, but he had a gang name. He was definitely a gang member. His name was Al. I remember his name being Al. And so when I went there, you know, okay, you have the trustees who sweep the hallways. They sweep the hallways, you know, but the trustees are gang members too, and like the ones that are not the green ones, not the ones in the green. I'm talking about the other ones that only work the modules, right? A lot of them be gang members. So they were sweeping. You know, I don't know if you guys know what the push brooms. They have them long push brooms with the long handles, and you push. So some guy, I was on a bottom bunk, right? By the like, describe the cell like you have the bars, right? And there's a 4-man cell, and there's a foam in between the bunks, and there's a toilet. So in the 4-man cell, I was on the top. I was on a bottom bunk. I was on a bottom bunk, located near the cell. Like the bottom bunk, because you have the beds that are located towards the wall, and they're like the cells are small, like a restroom. They're real small. You have the 2 bunks that's towards the wall, and you have 2 bunks that's by the cell. So when you got to come out, just say watch the gates open, and they turn the cell, and your cell opens up and whatever. So they were sweeping the tier. It's called a tier. Like a tier is like a long hallway. You walk down this long hallway, right? So they walk down the hallway. So some guy came in like maybe 2 a.m. Some guy named Al. keeping it real, he was a black dude with afro and everything, and he had a bunch of tattoos. And I do specifically remember, I said, dude, look at this tattoo this guy have. I know the tattoo that he had was a blatant disrespect. Okay, here's the thing, right? Depending on what gang you're from, they house you according to the gang, predominantly they house you, like, for example, they have Bloods in the area, they have Crips in one area, and certain kind of Crips in one area, and certain kind of Bloods one area, because all Crips didn't get along, all Bloods didn't get along, and they house them a certain way, predominantly, whatever. Anyway, and then they house regular guys like myself. I mean, whatever. I'm not from any gangs or nothing like that, but I was, so, they house regular dudes to, whatever, you could go house anywhere. So anyway, back to the story. This dude named Al, he speaks to me. He's like, hey, he's like, how's it over here, man? It's that, whatever. I said, oh, bro, I only been here a few nights, man, but it seemed pretty okay to me. I mean, I don't know. He was, and I said, bro, he said, okay, yeah, I guess I'll get some sleep. But I told him, I said, bro, based on your tattoos, man, I said, you probably want to be extra careful how's over here because, and I told him that, said, you have you have your enemy's gang whacked out on your arm, and that's all this up here, bro. So me personally, I try to warn this dude. I said, I would sleep with one eye open if I was you. And he said, oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm a real one, and I'm not gonna be here too long anyway. I said, yeah, that's cool, man. So the trustee, one of the guys was walking with a push broom. So he's walking with a push broom. Now, with your canteen in your store, I had it was hanging, my store was hanging, my canteen bag with my hygiene was hanging by the cell. So, I'm asleep, and the dude is up there. He within 5 minutes, he was passed out. He was knocked out. So, they were sweeping. So then they stopped by the cell and they looked. So the dude nudged me. The guy nudged me who was in trustee, and I seen him. I was up though. I was already up. So I look, I'm like, why you? But he put his hand over he put one finger over his mouth as to say, shh. Like that's what basically telling me. And I'm like, oh my God, man. Oh my, I know it's about to happen. But I'm saying, I'm new to this. I'm like, okay, I'm curious how they're gonna do this because it's a cell. They can't reach this guy. He's in this. So here's what they do with the push broom. They unscrew the push broom, the long push broom. I don't know if you guys are familiar with push brooms. They unscrew the push broom. The guy, he unscrews it, and at the edge of the push broom, there's like a little knife. So he unscrewed the push broom. He started jabbing in the cell and started jabbing the dude. He jabbed him. So he was jabbing him with the push broom with the knife at the edge of it. Blood splattering everywhere. I mean, not to be considered to be unthoughtful. I'm like, man, you don't get blood on my canteen. Like, I'm like, this is my canteen, right? I don't want blood on my stuff, So they jab, and I'm at the bottom bunk. Blood is spilling all over the floor, and this actually happened when I was there. I'm like, why me? Why do I have to experience this bull crap? Anyway, I don't know. I mean, the dudes put the broom back like it was normal, and they swept, and like they kept sweeping, like they went by the stale. So when the deputy went to do the count, like which was like 15 minutes later, I'm in shock. I don't know what to say. I mean, I was just lost for words. They locked it when the deputy do the count. The dude wasn't responding. They take the rest of us out the cell, and yeah, man, they talked to, and I told them, look, man, I said, check it out. I was asleep, come on. Whatever, that's you guys' job. Honestly, how you expect me to do your job? It was crazy, man. It was crazy. So anyway, that's what happened with that when I was in LA County. So I'm just giving you an example. That was a Man Central. That's how dangerous it is. It's dangerous, so, I was there for like maybe they moved me out that cell because they did their little whack investigation, a whack ass investigation, which is whatever. So then I ended up going to a school dorm. I went to a school dorm when I was there, and I got into it with this white chick. She was a deputy. She, I guess, I don't strike fear in the heart of man. I'm not the most intimidating, scariest looking dude. So she needed to, you have these female deputies who work there who they choose inmates to talk trash to so they can look good in front of their superiors. So she called herself talking trash to me for no reason. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a scenario. What I mean by no reason. I was, I was in a school dorm. So yeah, I went to the school dorm. So, I could, have to deal with the bull crap. And she said, go lay on your bunk right now. Like she started talking. I'm like, you don't have to talk so angry. Like, just, calm down. Oh, I'll fix you. I got something for you. So here's what she did to me. She came back and said, roll your stuff up. And like, when she told me roll my stuff up, she didn't say exactly stuff. She cursed at me when she said it. You're going to North. And, she had me sent to North. For you guys don't know, I have a tattoo on the right side of my arm. It's a blue tattoo. On the right side of my arm is blue. So North, where she was sending me, was a bunch of bloods there. And so her point, she wanted to get me hurt. She said, okay, I got something. I'm gonna fix him. He's going to get hurt. I'm going to send him. So anyway, she had me sent to North. And, the first day I get there, I'm in a blood module, but there's Crips and Bloods in different parts of North, but she sent me there because she know there's Bloods there. And they see me with this blue tattoo on my right arm. She thought they were going to just have at me. Like she said, oh, they're probably going to rough him up real bad, stump him out, beat him up. They're going to do all kind of stuff to him. Yeah, I'm going to fix him. Like that's her whole point. So I get in there and, with the Bloods, a bunch of black dudes and everything else. And, the blood call, they sue. That's what they do. So I was like, oh, hell no. And this is my first day there. So I have my stuff, roll my stuff up, I'm trying to find my bunk. And as God is my witness, it was this dude, some dude with an afro. He said, when I get in there, man, I'm just going to mind my business. I'm not going to say nothing to nobody. See, that's what I'm going to do. So the first day I get there, it's three of us. Oh, we got fresh fish coming in. A module. So, by fresh fish, that means you're new. You're some new guy going in there. So, I go in there. It was myself, some black dude with afro. The dude was no older than 30. And it was another like old man. So it was us three. And one dude that was a blood, and he said, what? He said, you look familiar. And he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to the dude that came with me. One of the guys that they moved in there. So he's like, oh no. He said, hey, he's like, hey, where you from? What gang you from? He asked the dude. The dude said, oh no, I don't bang, man. I'm not from any gangs. But I mean, I seen the tattoos the dude had on him. It's not my business, So the guy says, oh no, I think you do. I remember you. You remember one time I was running? He said, you a Crip from, you from 11-8 something gang, East Coast Crip or whatever. That's, he's like, you from, whatever. I remember you chased me. Now they have these Crips, whatever. They call them East Coast Crips. Either they don't live in New York. They're not from the East Coast. They just call them that because they're on the east side of Los Angeles. And it's a bunch of them. So that's just their name. You see, you from such and such a Crip. Hey, I'm gonna need that. When he said, I'm gonna need that, that means we're gonna fight. That's that same terminology. Hey, we say, hey, homie, I'm gonna need that. Matter of fact, we ain't even gonna, we gonna pack dude out. Da, da, da. And for all you guys don't know, when he said, I'm gonna need that, that means, excuse me, sir. I want to have a fisticuffs. We're going to fight. We're going to have it fight. That's what they're really saying, So he said, hey, I'm gonna need that. And by saying that he don't need that, he's not saying it's going to be a fair fight. No, you're not going to fight fair. You're about to get jumped. You're about to get packed out. But like 20 dudes are going to jump you at the same time. That's what's about to happen. So, they take him in the back, where the no cameras. They start beating the dude up, stumping him out, kicking him. And this dude was literally naked. He said, help me, help. He's banging on a window where the deputy's supposed to be watching people at, but there's no deputies at the window. Cameras everywhere. Now he's in the view of the cameras. And the deputies are not trying to save this. He's like, help! And now this dude is running naked, and the deputy finally, here, you guys knock it off. He finally come in and escort the dude out. But by the time he get there, the dude got both his eyes, his blood is shut. He busted up bad, and they damn near killed this dude. And it's the first day. The first day I go there. It was crazy. So and this was in LA County North. It's a dangerous place. Dangerous place. So yeah, go there. And, but now you say, okay, what about you? How'd you get into a fight? Like, how did you, how did you, now with me, how I got into a fight is because I was coming back from court, and so when I came back from court, you got to go through the whole procedure. So I'm in a holding cell and everything else. And so I'm in a holding cell. Some dude, he was trying to take a guy had a huge bag of canteen or store. He took it with him. So he was just a target. He was a target. So yeah, when he was a target, excuse me, my phone's ringing. Yeah, I'll answer that. Let me finish my podcast. Excuse me, you guys. I apologize. So, anyway, when I was there, I was there, and I told the dude, I said, bro, leave the guy alone. I mean, whatever. So the deputy came, and moved the guy out, and we went, and then I seen the guy again. We was in another holding cell. He said, man, yeah, you try to say something, this and that. That wasn't your business, this, that, whatever. And he got mad, and then the dude started swinging on me, so I swung back. Thank God I won that fight. You know what I mean? I mean, it was what it was. But I was trying to do the right thing, and end up in a situation myself. But that was about it, for me, in terms of me fighting there, but yeah, very dangerous place. So that's my experience with LA County Jail. Now, with the back to the Eric Holder situation, him in the Powder Blues, you see people now, the guys in the Powder Blues, they definitely don't walk the main line. They definitely don't walk the main line. They live in a whole nother part of LA County that I've never seen. But only how you run into them is if you're going to court. Like, say you're going to court, they chain everybody up on buses and you go to your court date, and you see some in the guys in the Powder Blues, they put them on a bus separate to anybody else. They never have encounters with people in general population. Never have encounters. So he's there for his own protection. He's in the Powder Blues for his own protection, because he definitely don't have to worry about any retaliation there. Him in a Powder Blues, that's worse than protective custody, because that's definitely diminishing who you are. You're around people who have all kind of sicknesses in terms of, like I said, HIV, they have AIDS, they're homosexuals. That's what you're surrounded by when you're in Powder Blues. So the Eric Holder guy, and for those you don't know who Eric Holder is, he's a guy who allegedly killed, Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, so that's what he's wearing in LA County. So yeah, definitely thought I'd share this with you guys, and I appreciate you guys, rocking with me. Again, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. I think he's greatly going to be missed in the community. I mean, he was doing a lot for the black community, for those who, like I said, he was making low income housing. He was making, businesses for black people to be able to flourish and get their business off there. If you're a black entrepreneur in the urban community, he was making it way easier for you to make your business flourish. That's the type of man that he was, so yeah, he's definitely going to be missed. Also, let me talk about the Staples Center situation. They had a vigil for him at the Staples Center. I went to it. I mean, I didn't go inside, I didn't go inside. I went inside, but I didn't go inside because it was a dangerous situation, believe it or not, too. Now, the thing is, they said, you have to be from the southern LA area to be able to buy tickets. However, they had people who were from out of town anyway, who were buying tickets, and, people who were buying tickets there, like it was a bunch of fights that happened at the Staples Center that the news didn't cover, that I seen myself. You see what I mean? Even though, again, the tickets are only supposed to be for people who are from Southern California, people was coming from different states, all over the, different parts of the America, and they weren't supposed to get tickets, but they were getting tickets anyway. You see what I mean? And honestly, I don't know why people do that. Me personally, here's the thing about me. Here's the thing about Zach Morrison. I'm not about to get tickets to nothing that's out of state. Don't get me wrong. It gotta be, me personally, I'm not going to do that. Especially, like, let's say, for example, they have something, let's say Wyoming, right? And something happened to somebody in Wyoming, somebody massively important in Wyoming, and they say, oh, only residents of Wyoming can have tickets. Like, I'm going to respect it. Me personally, I'm saying, oh, okay. Since I can't get tickets to go there, I'm going to watch it from home. Like, I'm not about to do that, because people know, like, the people who got the tickets, the people who knew they were only for people from Southern California, they knew that, and they didn't care. They still got tickets anyway. I'm not about to do that. You see what I mean? Let's say if I wasn't from Southern California, let's say if I didn't live in Southern California, and let's say I lived in Utah, right? And I heard about the Nipsey Hussle situation in Utah, and I heard them say on the news and on radio stations, whatever, the tickets are only reserved for people who are from Southern California. I'm not going to purchase them tickets. You see what I mean? I'm not going to purchase them. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say, okay, well, let me respect that. But people don't have no respect. They don't care. They just care about themselves. So the fact that they did that, it almost caused a riot at the Nipsey Hussle situation. It almost caused a massive riot. And I'm going to tell you why, because at the Staples Center, people were saying, oh, I'm out here from Houston. I'm out here from this place. They said, okay, how he getting in? So people, they stopped respecting the tickets. Like, the tickets didn't mean nothing. Them tickets became as good as, like, them tickets was good as trash, because people started just going in anyway. Once they see people from out of town going in with tickets, and people who are actually from the area don't have tickets, they said, oh man, the hell with that. So people just start bursting in. People start busting in. It was fights, because had the people with the gatekeepers, the people to keep the people out, the security, they was getting punched on and beat up. And I witnessed this. You see what I mean? Because you had all these out of towners want to come in with, so everybody went in. Like, so the tickets didn't matter. You see what I mean? They shouldn't have did no tickets in. That was a stupid idea. Whoever came with the ticket idea, that was a stupid idea anyway. Anyway, back to the subject matter at hand. So when I went there, I was there, I paid my respects and I left. I didn't go sit down or nothing like that, but I did see, I definitely did the walk for a little bit, and it was a beautiful ceremony, but I didn't watch the entire set. I watched it just like how you guys watch it on television, so I watched it on television, and but I did go there, check it out for a minute, but then I went home to watch the rest of it. So yeah, beautiful ceremony. Nipsey Hussle definitely going to be missed. And with that being said, that's it in my podcast. You guys were awesome for rocking with me. And this is about the part where I do my spiel. So you guys check me out on the World of VladBrad, my YouTube channel. Follow me on also, my Instagram is VladBrad_world_1. You gotta check me out there. Follow me on YouTube at Zach Morrison. With that being said, I am gone.
I feel like $1 million, but my money don't really feel like I